Hello, I'm Ray Croce, Artistic Director of the South Camden Theatre Company, and I'm sitting here in our home, the Waterfront South Theatre, on an empty stage. As with so many things today, COVID-19 has brought us to a standstill. But this does not mean we should remain silent. On May 25th this year, George Floyd, a Black American, was killed during an arrest. The video of a white police officer kneeling on his neck for over 8 minutes until Mr. Floyd became unresponsive and ultimately died flooded the news and social media. The video sparked complete outrage across the nation and calls for more justice. It sparked outrage here in Camden as well. George Floyd was certainly not the first Black American to die while in police custody. And as days and recent weeks have shown us, he's certainly not the last. Black Lives Matter. I believe this wholeheartedly, as does our theater family here, the Waterfront South Art District in Camden, New Jersey. Theater has many purposes besides entertainment. It holds a mirror up to society and it shows it its truth. It gives a voice to those that are often left mute. As a white American, I'm too often heard and don't feel that I can speak as eloquently to Black Lives Matter. I could not present the topic with the same passion and intensity as a person of color. So to that end, I'm happy and honored to present 6 young, talented poets of color. This is South Camden Theatre Company's virtual slam, Black Lives Matter.
You see that girl? The one sitting with her friends at the table. She had a massive asthma attack, brought on by mace and a peaceful protest. And that young man, sitting at the park bench, fractured skull. Another peaceful protest. Now, do you see that young man on the hill, the one in the polyester suit? He... now, he was troublesome when he got here. A little young. He sure has come a long way. My goal was to create a Garden of Eden for all. No matter race, religion, I wanted you all to accept each other without label. But it looks like I'll be sending yet another Martin Luther King Jr. If you'll excuse me, we have yet another new arrival. Welcome, my child.
Numb is what I feel. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday. Another Black man murdered. How am I supposed to heal? Do I get used to it for happening so consistently? Or do I get my gun and start a war in the name of bigotry? It's a routine and it's just like they want it. To lie, smile, and strike us all down, never to see one repercussion. They don't care, even when it's recorded. To them, it's a commercial. Like, share, and forward it. Hey, America, home of the free. You never make it easy to forget. This don't apply to me. Or my family, friends, and community. This is the most demonic thing I've heard this week. Or maybe worse. Maybe it's human to the core. For the devil dwells in white privilege. For that I am sure. What happened to 6 feet when that officer's knee was on his neck? I see quarantine laws don't apply to that. As me and my sisters share with you this piece, consider it what we all want to say to the police.
Numb is what I feel. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday. Another black man was murdered. How am I supposed to heal? Do we get used to it for happening so consistently? Or do we get our guns and start a war in the name of bigotry? It's a routine at this point. And it's just like they want it. To lie, smile, and strike us all down, never to see not one repercussion. They want it. They don't care. Even when it's recorded to them, it's a commercial. Like it, share it, forward it. Hey America, land of the free. You never make it easy to forget that this don't apply to me. Or my family, friends, and community. Listening to the news like, this is the most demonic thing I've heard this week, or maybe worse. Maybe it's human to the core. The devil dwells in white privilege, that I'm sure. What happened to 6 feet distance when the officer's knee was on his neck? I see quarantine laws don't apply to that. Put my hands above my head! Please don't shoot me dead! In the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's going to trouble the water. I stepped in the water. The water was cold. God's going to trouble the water. I said it chill my body, but not my soul. God's going to trouble the water. Meaning without meaning, like empty bus seats. Crowns with no heads to find refuge, bare tree branches and blank dreams, closed caskets to hide what's inside, runaway slaves with no guide, muted bells hollowed out, no rain from tears of joy. So here comes the drought. If the past were to stand still, hearts behind brown chests would all lose will. If Rosa didn't stand up for her rights by sitting down, or Cleopatra had never claimed her crown, where would I be today? Better yet, I ask, where would you be today? If Emmett Till had just stayed home, and the sight of his face after his death didn't make people moan, I ask, would America still be so blind? Would they create bifocals to understand the vocals of lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings? A song being sung in a little Alabama church before the bomb blew. Damn. What if those 4 little girls had a grew? If Martin didn't have a dream, would freedom ever ring like the Liberty Bell did once? Would there be signs of nationalism like the red, white, and blue flags that hang, kinda like the strange fruit that hung from Billie Holiday's tree? Would America ever hear the Black Society's plea? If Harriet could save all those slaves, why can't we be as brave? The truth is, if the past were to stand still, we would be laying down, 6 feet under the ground. God's going to trouble the water.
Man, you worry too much. I'm just gonna go for a walk. I'll be right back. We live in a good neighborhood. Look what happened. I'm just walking on the street. Why you bothering me? Hold on, hush, nephew. I gotta have some. Hey, my hands up. My hands up, don't shoot. Don't shoot. Mama! I can't breathe. I can't breathe. It's injustice that I feel, watching another brother kill. Won't sit down, be hushed and watch my people getting murdered by so-called cops. It's injustice that I feel, watching another brother kill. Same ones about to serve and protect, got their knee on my neck. It's injustice that I feel, watching another brother kill. Don't my life matter too? Or do my skin need to be white and eyes blue? It's injustice that I feel, and I want justice. It's injustice that we feel, and we want justice. I don't wanna buy a house in your neighborhood. I just wanna pray, eat, and live good without worrying about my brother dying, my husband lying on the ground, kids crying. I'm trying to explain. I don't wanna say what's up to you. Seems like your only MO is to kill everything that ain't you. I can't breathe. I can't move. We hear the lies that you tell, but the system covers you. And it's cool, cause you blue. You scared, yet you're gone on me. You fear for your life, so you use the knee. America, your silence is suffocating me. America, can't you see they're gonna kill me? America, why is it so hard for me? America, what happened to the brave and the free? America, please, where's my equality? How many gotta die till your eyes open and see? It's injustice that I feel, and I want justice. It's injustice that I feel, watching another brother kill. It's injustice that I feel, and I
He's got something in his hands. I don't know what his deal is. They always get away.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Listen, we all know there's a deadly virus that's been spreading long before COVID-19. But people tend to turn the blind eye to what don't affect them directly. See, I woke up today with this anger on my chest because another hashtag, and I hate to say that I'm not surprised. I got all this anger in my drowning eyes because, yo, I'm just tired. See, we supposed to be the United States, but we couldn't be more divided. I am tired of living in a world where police brutality has been the normality, and our kids gotta hear the talk on how to make it back home. As these higher up make excuses for the conditioned behavior, and all these accomplices remain silent, and then they wanna act surprised when the people gotta become violent? Well, no justice, no peace. This time you have no rug to sweep. No justice, no peace. This time you have no rug to sweep. Cause if it weren't for the evolution of technology, they would still move with this ideology where they can get away with murder with no apologies. Apologies only given if they're caught. Cause I bet we'll never know the kind of how many black and brown bodies they've actually dropped. Just because they can, just because they're cops, because they see themselves as above the law. And no, this is not an attack on those that actually do their job. No, we thank you. But we can't deny that these bad apples are rotting more than one tree. And that this is a problem that's rooted farther than one department, farther than one system. A system that was always built on injustice. A setup to have us look as guilty before being able to be proven innocent. See, blue is supposed to symbolize trust and truth. But we have no trust. We have no truth. It's like we have no power as people, but we are powerful people. But minds were enslaved, and the government gave them the declaration that made them tough. But when it's convenient, they fear us. So they draw first and ask questions later and want us to remain calm with a gun to our head? Especially when we know they build narratives to excuse ones like me dead? When it's evident that it's been a coloring thread? And then they dare to tell us they're investigating just to keep us muscled while they're on paid leave with my tax money? And all these verdicts remain still not guilty? I mean, how's the real reason of Sandra Bland's death till a mystery? And how did they remain deaf to Eric Garner's plea? I can't breathe! But a white kid shooting up a church that he gets cuffed carefully. And George just flipped some cash. And who knows, maybe that deserved an arrest, but not a death sentence by a prejudiced knee to his neck. I can't breathe! And they dare to ask why Cap is still kneeling, where racism is still real. And it isn't getting worse, we just got footage. But even with body cams, they find ways to flip the script. But regardless of the crime, aren't you trained for this? Like, don't you have procedures for this? You could've used a taser, you didn't need a gun for this. I don't know, maybe go for the hip, not empty the clip. See, you see it as savages, but yo, you the one that's savage for this. See, they gone from white hoodies to blue suits, but they still in the same pursuit as they give life to the Karens of the nation, knowing because of their weapon called complexion, the finger would never be pointed in their direction. See, they don't want to let us live. And Kanye did say we're the new slaves, but I refuse to think that's the way. Yo, this is abuse. And it shouldn't take pressure from the likes of Sean King for them to actually do the right thing. And never mind the quotas that they choke us by. Never mind the bails they're set high. See, we need all these people with power to get up from their knees and actually prevent the fall. To stand up for true liberty and justice for all. Cause Malcolm X did not live for there to be no action. And MLK did not live for his dream to be forgotten. And Black Lives Matter isn't just a hashtag. It's a voice, it's a movement, it's a livelihood. But we need more. Cause long overdue is nationwide accountability. And all these power trips and bigotry has unfortunately become police history. But it's time to clean house and break the cycles of the story. Cause they have no right to take a life. So if they take life, give them life. Cause they have no right to take a life. So if they take life, give them life. No justice, no peace. This time you have no rug to sweep.
Six poets given a voice. Thank you for watching. And if you would like to participate in future virtual slams, please reach out to me at ray@southcamdentheater.org. Be safe. Be well and take care.